Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Micks Mowers. In today's episode, it's just a bit of an update. I got some mail come through as well, some bits and pieces, which is quite cool, and a little update on the old shed. My shed is an absolute mess. I mean, it is upside down. There's stuff everywhere, purely because my new shed comes tomorrow. I was able to secure enough funds, and I saw a massive deal on the internet, which reduced the shed that I wanted down from something like £1,300 to about 800 quid. So I had enough money in the bank, bit the bullet, because I don't like to spend my money that I've earned through mowers, grass cutting and bits and pieces until a couple of months after I've sold the mowers, just in case one comes back. But you never know what the next day brings, sort of thing. So there might have been another 10 mowers turn up, you know, I have to pay cash for them or whatever, so it's a bit of scales. But however, I bit the bullet and thought, I need to do this. Spoke to Mrs. Pieces, yeah, go ahead and do it, because you know you need to have a bigger shop and you need to sort yourself out. So that's what I've done. So I'll show you how far I am at the moment. I've semi-built the frame and also secured it up on blocks, so that's cool. And I've got some mail stuff. Let me move a bit of this stuff here. I'm being a bit ruthless in the old shed because, if anyone does the same as me, you soon know you collect so much stuff. It's unreal. So the first bit of mail I had come through was from a loyal subscriber again. Now you may remember I did a Mountfield M63 PD big 21-inch cut. Well, I've got it running. I've since got a new blade for it and a dead man's cable for it. It was in a video about 2 videos back, I think. It runs, but it will not idle. And I was talking to Pete, who has got his own channel, because we bounce ideas off each other, and also Roy. And we've changed carburetor components, and done this, done that, and it's one of those mowers that was really starting to stump me. However, did a bit of research, and it would appear I'm actually missing a component. I'm missing a very, very small spring about this big, which enables you, when you deaccelerate, it'll actually open up the choke flap, so it'll idle. So my mate Pete, who sent me this package with a Terrell Fixes All, there's your dinner stamp on the back of it. He sent me this little package, and he had the same engine, but it was a scrapper. That'll be my phone, 2 ticks. Sorry about that, that was just the old phone rang. So Pete has got the same engine as what I've got, but he's got a cracked casing on his, so his engine is pretty much terminal. So we had a chat about it, and he sent me over what we call the control panel. It comes with a spring, which is not the one I need. I've got one of these, so I've got a spare. But on the control panel, what they call the control panel, it comes with this little component here, and it goes this way up. The carburetor sits down here, and as you come off the choke and onto the throttle, this whole assembly moves differently compared to what mine was doing. So it does this business, and that's the little spring that I was missing. Now you can't buy that spring from what I can see. I've tried, I've looked everywhere for it, and I just cannot locate it. So he sent me over the control panel for it, and I think the control panel comes in at around about £9 or £10 with postage, somewhere there. So he had it spare, and he said I can have it if I want it, so that's cool. I've just lost the spring in the package, so that's that. I'm going to fit that, so we'll come back to that Mountfield, because it isn't just running, it runs fine, but it just will not idle. And when you've got a throttle control cable, a throttle control, people like to have that throttle working as it should do. So that's that. So thank you very much, Pete. As always, you are a superstar, which is cool. Nothing else in there. Now the next one is quite a substantial package come through, and this came just before I went to Scotland. I was away in Scotland last weekend, because I'm a trustee with the charity that Rowley belongs to, and we were doing some business with the charity, so I couldn't get round to it beforehand, so I had to do it after. So I have sort of semi-opened it up, which is cool. Now I've got a box here, I've got a letter and some other bits and pieces. Let's do the letter first, if I can read it. Mick, hi Mick and Rowley boy, please find enclosed the axle stands we spoke about on the live stream. Also a few other things for Rowley boy. I saw how much he liked your baseball cap on some of your videos. Also, I've decided to send him one from the company I work for as well. Just a few other little treats. I will try and get over my nervousness during videos, but my depression gets the better of me sometimes. I hope that Riley really likes his presents and you find a lot of use for the axle stands. All my best, Mick and Managing Director Riley. And that's from a bloke called Jason Massey. So he runs his own channel. He has just started doing a few videos, but as you just heard, he does suffer with some form of depression and nervousness. He doesn't like talking in front of a camera or going out vlogging. It is quite difficult to do that. It isn't easy to sit in front of a camera and talk, especially if you're out and about. I have no problem with it at all, but that's just the way that I'm wired. So do yourselves a favour, tap into Jason Massey. He's just started doing some videos. I believe he's got a few lawnmower videos, one just released and some coming up. So do yourselves a favour, the link to Jason Massey's channel will be in the top corner right now. Nip over there and tell him Mick Mowers said to say hello, and give him a like and a thumbs up and have a look at some of his stuff, and just try and encourage a man along. That'd be fantastic. So he has sent over a baseball cap for little Riley boy, which is cool. Riley loves baseball caps, so thank you very much for that. And as you heard, he sent over some axle stands. Now he said there were missing the bolts that go through them, but I've got a shed load of bolts here, which will do. Now the idea is to use an axle stand. When I have the lawnmower up on the table, I have to tip it up to get at the belt or the blade or whatever, and 9 times out of 10 they're being balanced precariously, and 2 or 3 times the mowers have actually fallen off the table. You haven't seen that because I've edited it out, obviously, but this would be ideal. It's the right size height, just to literally put the mower up on its side, stick it underneath, and just literally prop the mower up. Now I'm only going to need one of these, so I may donate the other one to Roy's the boy, because he does the same as me, and if it's something he wants, then that's fantastic. If not, I should keep the pair, because I've got an Astra van. I can always use a pair, but rather than me just having one sat doing nothing, use one all the time, I might donate one over. So that's that. And got a little box here which feels very, very light. If I can get into it. Yep. And in here, I'll let Riley open these up himself a bit later on, but he's got a plethora. As anyone that knows my little Riley boy, he only eats Kinder Egg Surprises, doesn't eat any other type of chocolate or sweets. He will only eat Kinder Egg Surprises. Even the Kinder Egg bars you get, which is the same chocolate, he won't eat them. He just eats the Kinder Egg Surprise. He likes a little toy inside as well. So that's super cool. So Riley will be absolutely over the moon when he comes home from school in a couple of hours. So thank you very much, Jason Massey. You are, as always, a superstar, and I appreciate all the support that you're giving myself and little Riley boy and our little channel. So that's fantastic. Right, so moving on, let's have a quick slurp of my old coffee. That's much needed. I've, as I was saying, I've been doing the old shed, the new shed. That should come anywhere between 7 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock at night. So it's a typical bed delivery sort of schedule. But we're going to ring tomorrow or text tomorrow to let me know within a half-hour slot when it's turning up. The shed I've ordered is a 10 foot by 20 foot with a double door opening on one of the ends, and it's completely glazed as well, so it's got plenty of light coming in, and it's going to be going right down the bottom of the garden. So the ground down there was relatively level. It's not hideously bad, so I haven't had to do a lot of groundwork for it, prep work, and I have already asked the company which way round the slats go, so I can prepare the frame for it, because I want it off the ground. I was also able to, off of Facebook Marketplace, I was able to find someone who's giving away copious amounts of used breeze blocks, which is a good thing to put the frame on top, so it's floating and you get plenty of ventilation underneath it. I was going to use railway sleepers, but I decided against it because you won't get as much airflow. So with the bricks being spaced out, you'll get a good airflow as well, so that'd be cool. I might just run some chicken wire around it to keep the old rats and sort of rabbits and foxes out as well, but we'll see. So I'll put the old microphone on, and then we'll shoot down the bottom of the garden, have a quick little look to see how far we've got and what we're going to do. Right, let's have a wander. So here's a frame that I've got made up. As I say, it's relatively level. It's just a little bit high on this bottom corner, which I've had to make up with just some slabs and some bits of wood just to bring the level up. But I put the level on it, and it is pretty good. And the slats on the floor will go that way across, so it'll be bridged here in the middle and at the end. I am considering, before it comes, to run another section through the middle of those just to support it even more. But with the breeze blocks on, I think it'll hold it pretty well. So that's pretty cool. I've cut the tree down, which is now gone, which is just down here. And I've got a conifer tree just to nick back as well up the top end, up here. So that'll be nicked. And then on top of that, the door's gonna go over here, over this side, and it'll be fully glazed along this front section. There's about 8 windows down here, so that'd be cool. And it catches the sunlight all day, every day when the sun is here. And it is right next door to my mower store, which will be cladded eventually. And a new roof put on that, so I'll have my shed and my mower store all down the garden together. And then whilst I was picking up the wood, which I got from a reclaim site, he also had these as well, which is sort of 2mm corrugated plastic, and I picked up 10 sheets of that. They come out at about £1 a sheet. They've been used as second hand, but what I intend to do is on the front of the shed is put a porch, build a porch on, so I can actually work outside as well. So that'd be cool. The decking of this shed will go. That'll come out of it. That's where all the boys' bikes go and what have you. Just a normal family shed. So hopefully this whole area down here will be utilised just for mowers. So that's cool. So on top of that, I'm also trying to fix this. Is an Allen Pro 43 strimmer. Now it's got a carburetor on it. Let me find a carburetor for you. I need a bit of help, to be fair. I have looked, I've checked garden hire spares, they're supposed to be getting back to me. But this carburetor, it's in bits at the minute. You can buy it on eBay, but when you look at the carburetor, this section here is actually down here, so it's ran the wrong way. And I haven't seen a carburetor like this with this configuration. It is a TK carburetor, which is a Japan one. But what I need for it is a new gasket and diaphragm. Now the gasket and diaphragm that Garden Hire Spares sent me is half the size of this and way too small. And it roughly measures about an inch and a quarter in diameter. Let me find the tape measure so I can measure it properly. So yeah, it's roughly about an inch and a quarter in diameter. And I cannot find this gasket set for this carburetor. So if anyone knows of a company that sells either this carburetor complete, or more importantly just the gasket and diaphragm sets for it, then that'd be much appreciated. I've got a video coming out on it, but at the moment it's a failure video because I just cannot get it to run, and the diaphragm itself is all creased and really stiff, so it's got no giving it at all. So if anyone can help me out with that one, that'd be cool, because I'm waiting, the customer's waiting on it. But it is sort of, acceptable that it's quite an old strimmer, and try to get the diaphragm for it, then there's nothing else I can do with it. So if anyone can find the gasket for that, just leave a link in the comment section below. I'll be much appreciated. Right, so that's it for today's episode. It's not a mower repair job, it's just literally what I'm doing. So there may be a bit of a blank spot where there've been no videos coming out, but literally it's because I'm building my shed and trying to get that up and running before the winter closes in. First thing I'll probably do, I might even do a video time lapse or something on the actual shed build if you want to see that. The frame is okay, it's not as per engineering spec, but it will certainly do the job, which is good. The shed comes tomorrow, as I say, so hopefully I can try and, if it comes early, I'll get that up tomorrow. If not, it'll be throughout the week, but the week is supposed to be absolutely torrential rain, so I want to get it up and waterproof before the rain really does kick in. So I've got to treat the frame as well. I've got some stuff down there just to treat that, so it's all painted up and treated. Some of it is already treated timber already, but some of it isn't, so I'll give it a lick of paint just to weatherproof it. That's cool. So I've got Riley's parcel hat here, which I should give him when he comes in, so that'd be fantastic. And then apart from that, I'm done. I might get on and do the the mount filled at some point. I might try and get it done this afternoon, just to see if it works or not. I'll video it as well, just so everyone can see it, just so you've got an idea of what I'm looking at. But it is missing that spring, so hopefully that will cure that. So thank you very much for watching this episode of Micks Mowers. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe and give your old bell a nice good whack on your way out. Until next time, don't forget, take it easy.